to 661 for trivia questions about Liberia and football. With each right answer, you stand a chance to win daily 50 USD cash. Weekly, you can win techno phones, and monthly, you can win an array of appliances or a car. No network does it quite like Orange.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Papa, it doesn't like the president when I saw.
Okay, my biggie, you know your news?
Why news again?
Get your Orange Home Internet bundle for only $39. That's 75 gigabytes for only $39. Just dial *833. Activate your Orange Home Internet bundle.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Hello, your number one 100% Liberian-owned professional garage and auto parts dealer, Uptown Garage, is still around and going stronger and getting better. Yes, Uptown Garage at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets, after 20 years in the business, has a new spare parts store known as Uptown Spare Parts on Broad Street side. You don't have to order spare parts from overseas. You can purchase brand new spare parts for your car from us. No more used parts. For original spark plug from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to us. Uptown Garage has a branch at Rehab that you can also count on. We have a diagnoser that can and we fix any problem on your car. With our sophisticated equipment, we give 1 month warranty. We provide a tow truck free of charge if it's our garage that will work on your car, or we can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Uptown Garage has been around for 20 years now, providing reliable, efficient, and professional services and durable auto parts for your car. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 553317, 0886 553317, or at our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Our email address is uptowngarage2014@gmail.com. Uptown Garage, always the best. Forget the rest.
Thank you very much. Back on 50/50 on Sky 107. Let me give you the banner headlines of the front and back pages of the two newspapers I have here, the Inquirer newspaper of Philip Wilson and the front page newspaper. Let's start with the Inquirer. Says, banner headlines, front page, banner headlines, ruling on whether to certificate Brandon Samaka or not, reserved again as arguments end in Supreme Court. Student Unification Party of the University of Liberia wants government of Liberia to abandon July 26th celebration. Why? I just don't know. Which is why you need to buy the papers. Nursing board identifies with hospitals. Oris support government COVID-19 fight. The back page of the Inquirer newspaper says health minister backs justification for returning the loans money, but education minister warns school authorities. The photo of the Sony is here. Let's move on to the front page. Says 4 months no pay. Workers and contractors of the National Transit Authority protest for salary arrears. One managing director removed. We should not go back to auditing the TRC. House Deputy Speaker says the Senate's approach on the TRC recommendation was right, with or wrong result. The photo of Fanatic Kofa this year. Biometric voters registration dilemma. National Elections Commission needs $24 million for biometric registration, but National Identification Registry says it can do it for $15 million. Liberia Bar Association accuses ex-President Sirleaf of institutionalizing bribery at legislature. Bribery is trend, and the person who made that accusation says, and I quote, "This is why I left government, because there was complete failure between pronouncements and actions." President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf failed us big time, and the worst thing she did, she institutionalized bribery of the legislature. Today, nothing goes to the legislature without envelope. So if the legislature that makes our laws is bribed, and can only act on the basis of bribery, we can never succeed. Tiawon Gongloe said this. He's the president of the Liberian National Bar Association. His photo is here, and Ellen Johnson giving Cllr C. We say in the Liberian parlance. You said this about me. The front page continues. Front page goes beyond what unfolded as Nikki Ivanka began to go underwater. Survival story. And it says, the survivor says, Lawrence Kofa, survivor said, when the captain realized that the water had entered the ship and nothing could be done about it, they went up and got safety jackets and jumped off the ship. The crew to jump off without getting us life jackets. Sad story. The back page of the front page says LFA vice presidents complain to FIFA. So you buy the two newspapers for today. But I take you back in history. And 6 days ago, the new Liberian came up with banner headlines seeking national reconciliation. The Liberian Senate asked President George Manneh Weah to render the apology to victims of the Liberian War, which is what I want us to discuss. And I've invited my friend and my brother, my first counselor, my first lawyer when I started working the men, because they said we were troublesome, so we decided to look among ourselves and find lawyers that will represent our interest whenever we went into trouble. And we were always in trouble anyway, so we didn't want anybody to find, since we never had money, and we still don't have money, I decided to have Tiawon Gongloe as my lawyer. There are two. I have Tiawon, I have Kofi Woods, and I have a lot of them. So poor people in poor groups, so that's what it was. So I've invited him, and I want us to address, I want him to give me his legal mind and his interpretation as to the suggestion of the Honorable Liberian Senate said that they asked President George Manneh Weah to publicly apologize to victims of the Liberian Civil War for crimes committed by perpetrators, warlords, that is, of the war. What is your position? And what is the intent of that request? Good morning, my friend and my brother, my counselor, Councilor Tiawon Gongloe.
I still remember coming to the police station when I heard that you were detained by Joe Tip. And then my big brother, the owner of the station, Fred, was saying, leave that thing there. I will handle it another way. Don't cause trouble for me. I said, oh, I'm providing free legal service and you're stopping me? Anyway. But all my life, I've been trying to protect free speech. That's the only way we can go ahead in this country. But before I go any further, I'll make a request. Before the Nimba people, I want to go back to Nimba. You greeted everybody, young people.
Because my frequency doesn't reach to Nimba. That's why I will reach that later on. I can guarantee you that when we start the campaign, I will reach to Nimba. I'll go to St. Ben. I will go to your old schools. I will go there.
Exactly. I
will reach St. Ben. Don't worry about
But what's about my mom who bunked in? You won't reach there too.
I'm reaching Bangao.
But then talking now. Because I want my mom from.
But the thing that pains me more is that I can't reach your grandson, my own town.
Hey, no.
Yo.
In fact,
it pains me a whole lot. I can't reach
I was near there the other day. I went for the opening of the Maryland, the 4th Judicial Circuit in Maryland for the midterm. And guess what? I'm a Marylander now because the people in...
We get a Grebo name, right?
Yeah, Wamo.
Wamo?
Yes.
And you know what that means?
They say freedom fighter, something. Somebody who frees people.
Yes.
Yeah. I was told in Rocktown. I ate the cola and the pepper.
With the pepper, that's our tradition.
Yeah, so it was really nice. I'm also a son of grandchildren, Boston. They call me Pulion in Boston. In Crown, that means savior.
Wow.
So I'm a Southeasterner in a way. Listen,
what is your reading?
You call me to a very important topic, but let me put it in context. The TRC Act, Section 10, Article 10, Section 48, says that every 3 months, the president shall report
his
to the legislature on progress made in the implementation of the recommendation. Everything we do must have a legal context. because we say this is a country that should be governed by rule of law, not arbitrariness. There is no legal basis for what the Senate is asking for. It is the president who should be reporting to the legislature, and they should only be requesting. I heard, or it was on the radio, that the president asked the legislature to advise him
as to what to do.
There is no legal basis for that. He has a legal obligation under the TRC Act to report every 3 months on progress made in the implementation. So I'm very surprised that the Senate, that has erudite lawyers, will not say, no, Mr. President, you have not reported to us since you came to power. We want your report. In fact, there are arrears, there are backlogs of report. You need to give us report. That is what, I like the way the French people call lawmakers, the people's deputies. That is how the people's deputies should be talking, representing us, correcting the president and say, no, don't turn the thing around. You are to report to us. Yeah, there's apology in the recommendations. I believe President Salif did that a long time ago. So you can have repeated apologies. But the recommendations are clear, and some of them are being implemented. So why is the Senate coming up with something called Transitional Justice Commission? Unless they don't know that the TRC process is a transitional justice mechanism. So why are they suggesting another mechanism that will eventually put additional burden on the Liberian people in terms of funding when we are in a difficult situation? Again, there is no legal basis for that. It is actually obstructing the process of accountability, which it shouldn't be doing. I heard some of the lawyers in there argue about our Constitution, as if they've forgotten public international law, that under the Vienna Convention, once you sign a treaty and is ratified, or you accede to an international treaty, it becomes binding on you. And in terms of application, it is superior to the provisions of your Constitution. Otherwise, there will not be international law. You cannot enter into a treaty, especially without reservations. Liberia, we don't sign reservations. Many countries sign treaties, international treaties with reservation. We are very good at signing and ratifying.
Without reservation. That has been put down our throats.
No, we go there, our representatives sign, without other people sign with reservation. The reason is simple. When other countries enter into international treaties, they uphold their obligations. But successive governments don't care. They don't respect what they sign. So they say, bring the paper, let me sign, without any intention of upholding the provisions of the international.
My doubt of Councillor Tiawon is that we have a structure in place, and our international partners are campaigning for the institution of this War and Economic Crimes Court. The president, by law, under the TRC, is supposed to have made some report to the national legislature 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Job had been in office 4 times a year. So that 4, that's 12.
Yeah.
That's 4, that's 8.
Yeah.
That's almost 12 years. I mean, almost. Now, the point is, why are they suggesting that the president apologized to victims of the war when the president with no involvement in the war? What would it achieve? What are they suggesting that?
If the president really cares about the victims of the war and wants to put an end to impunity so that the sad thing that happened in our country is not repeated, the best thing for him to do is the fact that the Senate is obstructing the process, is undermining the process of accountability. Will make it difficult for the legislature to come up with War Crimes Act, because if even a House that is doing so well, and I want to applaud the House because 54 members of the House signed a resolution opting for the establishment of war and economic crimes. Sadly, I understand my good friend, Speaker, can I account for it, is missing somewhere. But even if 100% of the members of the House sign a resolution for the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court, if the Senate does not concur, it does not become law. And it's clear to us that the Senate will not concur.
By the suggestion of the establishment of transitional justice mechanism,
they have already put a blockade without knowing. Some of them raising issue about our constitution, all that. We signed the Geneva Convention of 1949 in 1954. We probably were the first African country to do so because, we're independent. Most of the countries were still under colonial rule. And we undermine the respect for our age as a country by not upholding the tenets of the Geneva Convention that talks about that violation of the laws of war and talks about crimes against humanity. All these things we're talking about, economic crime, pillaging, destroying things, and all of that are on the Geneva Convention. And somebody asked question, what's the legal basis for this? This goes against our constitution. When you're talking about Geneva Convention, you don't talk about constitution anymore. We don't have any reservations there. So all I think the president can do now, I'm suggesting to him, I'm repeating it, I said that on International Justice Day, forget about the legislature.
Forget about them?
Forget about the legislature. Write the United Nations requesting for the establishment of a special court as President Tiawon Kaba did in Sierra Leone, and enter into an agreement with them, with the United Nations for the establishment of that court. And once the UN participates in the establishment of the court, the UN will provide the security, the concerns that people have. The UN will provide the security. And when there's a defendant before the court and the UN feels that security should be outside, they will do as they did in Charles Taylor's case. And today, Sierra Leone is secure. No one is thinking about conflict there again. When you establish a transitional justice mechanism, the after effect is that there is peace forever. Germany, since the Nuremberg trials, there has been no conflict in Germany.
But why are the people's deputies putting forth on this? I can put this on George Weah. They're suggesting to him.
You know what?
What are they suggesting this to the president?
But now, during the electoral process here, in 2005, people virtually bought votes. For example, people who fought war, people who had money. I can give one case, and you know it. Everyone who was holding a high position at LPRC became senator or representative by purchasing those seats, and they are still there. And that's one of the reasons why there's endemic corruption in the legislature, because they use money to get the next election, to win the next election. And a lot of people connected to the war won legislative seats. So what we have now, what they're trying to introduce in the Senate is what they call in international transitional justice parlance, victors' justice, not victims' justice. Because they are now in power and they are setting, the conditions, they're establishing a situation that will not affect them, undermining justice for the victims. And this hurts.
And shielding themselves.
And preventing accountability.
But there are one few that we have if you look at the legislature, a few that participate in the war, somebody like Prince Johnson from your own county and George Polly. I don't know of any other warlord in the legislature besides those two. And they are only 2%, but the whole Senate is asking our president to do this.
Those two may be powerful, but maybe there are others that we don't know. Because why would they be fighting to shield two persons? Maybe they are connected in different ways. You know, maybe they stand to benefit from obstruction, from shielding those who fought the war. And the sad thing is, you and I know some of the progressive young people that die in the war. Wiwi Deba, Wu Tapia, this powerful student leader from University of Liberia, who probably would have been a better president today. Very sound young man. Tonia Richardson, a pharmacy school student and activist from Sino County. Ndobo Bole from Lofa. So many young people who were targeted and killed because of their activism. The worst thing, and I would say it, my good friend, I'm not calling his name, but he knows, there's a lady that was called Famata Sherman. She graduated from Teachers College, Columbia University. And I know this because I knew her at the university, but I was at Columbia University studying human rights advocacy when I had a memorial service for her. People cried. She's called Famata Sherman, daughter of T.C. Alpha Sherman. She has a cousin in the Senate. She and her husband were brutally murdered. She was pregnant. Her husband, Johnny Na, who graduated from LU with me, an engineer, electrical engineer. And the story is that the late George Manneh Weah led an array of soldiers to their house and brutally murdered them. Their son, who was shot, fell in the swamp and they thought he was dead. He tells the story and knows some of those people. They are alive today. Who do you think Famata Sherman expects to push for accountability for brutal murder? She and her husband and everybody in the house. Her cousin who is in the if her body is wriggling in the grave. Her body is wriggling in the grave.
What's the court in the Senate?
Well,
you don't want to call his name.
I don't want to call his name, but I called T.C. Alpha Sherman. And I say, Famata Sherman was a daughter of T.C. Alpha Sherman. You should know. And the person knows himself.
And Sherman is in the Senate.
So, what
is he a lawyer by profession?
What is he sacrificing? Why is he sacrificing accountability for Famata Sherman and her husband and her household? What is he going to get in return? You and I know in economics they say opportunity cost. So what is this thing that he's foregoing accountability for? Is it power?
The one that Sherman in the Senate is Vani. Are you alluding to the fact that it's Vani who's promulgating this?
I will not reach the end. I will just leave it at that.
But the probability is it got to be Vani Sherman. Now
the public is left to conclude. But I'm just so taken aback and angry. You know, Mrs. Sherman met me one time. I went to the States and I met her at Teachers College. And she said, Mr. Solicitor General, so nothing will happen for the death of my daughter. I said, there's a lawyer in your family. Tell him to bring the witnesses. You'll find the witnesses' names, bring them to me, and I will go to the grand jury and get an indictment. At that time, I was prosecuting a young man called Thomas Say. By the name Say, you know, you come from Nimba. And he was being accused of killing a lady's husband during the 2003 war. So when I used to talk to Steve Rapp from the special court, I said, I have a test case here. If we can win this case, it means that we can also prosecute people for war crimes. Yeah. You know, murder is a war crime, but it's also in our penal statute. So I said, let people, I made an announcement one time, anybody who has evidence come here, we'll take you to grand jury and we'll prosecute. I'm not afraid. You know, I prosecuted Charles Julie and others as a special prosecutor before the Court Martial Board in Fendel when there was no disarmament in this country. I don't fear anything except to do wrong. So you have, you know, something can make people do. What are relatives for? What are people related? I expect you to defend me any day because you're my friend.
I will do that.
It's natural. So what more when somebody is a blood relative? How much money? What is money in fact? Steve Jobs left $billions and billions of dollars, and when Michael Jackson is still making money after his death, money is nothing. You and I know from progressive background that we can eat dry rice with palm oil, all right.
And see the next day.
So what is it that people are sacrificing the peace and stability of this country?
Because why are people afraid of accountability? That's my question.
Well, that's the question.
Why would somebody want to swap the establishment of war and economic crimes code for Liberia that we did excessively with this, with the perpetration of war, and choose for transitional justice? I just don't understand it.
I just don't understand. You know, you got a paved road, and you say, you know what? We'll move the tarmac, and you will bring bulldozer, move it, so we can rebuild the road. It's new. It's already built. As soon as they finish with it, time to open the road because we're just implementing the recommendation for the War and Economic Crimes Code. He said, no, we did it. I think we need to do a cement road, which will take another process. So obviously, that's not acting in the best interest of the people. They are acting in the interest of a small minority.
Got to be something, and I don't know whether the president is reading this, to ask my president to apologize for war that he didn't take part in, or war that he didn't finance, and the perpetrators of the war are dead. And somebody is saying, hey, like what they say here, the Liberian Senate. Let me read what they said. The Liberian Senate indicated it does not believe that any war and economic crimes code should be established to prosecute individual companies or institutions during the Liberian Civil War. It continued, the Senate indicated that it believes that since those crimes allegedly committed are domestic and national and not international, they should have been prosecuted in courts like the Criminal Court C, the First Judiciary Court, Circuit Court, and other courts that are already in existence in Liberia.
But Tima, you see the deception in that. The same people say we do not have the capacity to protect, to provide security for an international code here. Then in the same tone, they suggest, we can prosecute the poor in our court. You see the deception in that. It's clear. You say, let's not establish international code here because it creates security problem we don't have. So where the security is coming from to protect the national courts? They just can't win logically. They don't make common sense. Common sense is the soul of the law. Anything that doesn't make common sense, it's not good for our country. They're not making common sense there. And there's no legal basis for what they are saying.
So let's take our second break. And when we come back, our special studio guest stay here. My friend and brother, Tiawon Gongloe. You participate by calling those numbers on 0777-777-107. You'll be live on 5050 on the Sky 107. Our special studio guest is Tiawon Gongloe, and we are addressing the topic, the Liberian Senate, as President George Manneh Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia, to publicly apologize to victims of the Liberian Civil War for crimes committed not by him, by perpetrators and warlords of the war. What is the intention? What is the conspiracy fueled in today's special studio guest, Tiawon Gongloe?
Bring my umbrella so I can rush to the bank before the line gets long.
So the bank? Honor this ring? Let me laugh at you small, yeah? Yeah, big girls like me do banking from anywhere. All I need is a nice cup of coffee and a chair. It's time to start transferring some cash around.
Oh, you can transfer money from your bank account to your phone?
Simple. My account is connected to my wallet. Standing in line at banks is the least of my worry these days.
Orange Money Bank to Wallet is now with EcoBank. Transfer your money from the bank to your Orange Money wallet and vice versa. Register today with Orange Money Bank to Wallet and worry no more about standing in long queues at the bank. Now you can do your bank transfers from anywhere using your phone. Just dial *144# and follow instructions.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Hey man, give me the answer now. What's the non-president of Liberia Football Association?
Oh my brother, why you saying I'm gonna give me that for?
You asking me plenty of questions.
But yeah, I'm a new level, yeah. The more you know, Orange, the more you win.
Get more for what you know with Orange. Test your knowledge by texting Banjo, BANJOO, to 6161 for trivia questions about Liberia and football. With each right answer, you stand a chance to win daily 50 USD cash. Weekly, you can win technophones, and monthly, you can win an array of appliances or a car. No network does it quite like Orange.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Papa, it doesn't like you know the president when I saw.
You complain, my biggie, you not hear the news?
Why news again?
Get your Orange Home Internet bundle for only $39. That's 75 gigabytes of data for 30 whole days for only $39. Just dial *833# to activate your Orange Home Internet bundle.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Hello, your garage and auto parts dealer. Uptown Garage is still around and going stronger and getting better. Yes, Uptown Garage at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets, after 20 years in the business, has a new spare parts store known as Uptown Spare Parts on Broad Street side. You don't have to order spare parts from overseas. You can purchase brand new spare parts for your car from us. No more used parts. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to us. Uptown Garage has a branch at Rehab that you can also click on. We have a diagnoser that can find and we fix any problem on your car. With our sophisticated equipment, we give 1 month warranty. We provide a tow truck free of charge if it's our garage that will work on your car, but we can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Uptown Garage has been around for 20 years now, providing reliable, efficient, and professional services and durable auto parts for your car. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 553317, 0886 553317, or at our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Our email address is uptowngarage2014@gmail.com. Uptown Garage, always the best. Forget the rest.
Thank you very much. Back on 50-50 on Sky 107. Let me give you the summary of the Senate's position on this. The Liberian Senate indicated that it does not believe that any war and economic crimes court should be established to prosecute individuals, companies, or institutions during the Liberian Civil War. It continues, the Senate indicated that it believes that since those crimes allegedly committed are domestic and national and not international, they could have been prosecuted in courts like the Civil Court C, the Criminal Court C, the Federal Judiciary Court, Circuit Court, and other courts that are already in existence in Liberia. They said it is the opinion of the Liberian Senate that a special economic crimes court should not be established to prosecute companies, institutions, or individuals who have already committed economic crimes during the Civil War. The Liberian Senate noted. It continued, the Senate also called on President George Manneh Weah to begin the process of Transitional Justice Commission, the TJC, in the implementation of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, the TRC report. Meanwhile, Maserado County Senator Abraham Dallas Dillon has detested the Senate's position, saying it is not in the best interest of the people of Liberia. He continues in our quote, that's my closing quote, "We want to state for the record that I particularly dissent on what the Senate did today. The TGC has proposed by the Liberian Senate on the serious issue is troubling and shield against justice and accountability," unquote. So call me on those numbers on 0777-777-107. You'll be live from 50-50 on Sky 107, our special studio guest.
And let me applaud for that. He acted well. His people.
And the record will show that.
And the record will show.
So call me on that number on 0777-777-107. You'll be live from 50-50 on Sky 107. Let's go to the line. Talk to our fresh caller. The line is now with. So we Liberian Senate us, and you know there's something good coming out of Nazareth now. The new Liberian is reporting as it is. That is not tailored.
I tell you,
this is amazing.
this is.
I think Legible Rennie is opening the eyes to some extent.
Yeah.
The new Liberian is giving us the facts as they are. Nabiti, thank you very much, my friend and brother Legible
used to
Rennie.
be a Radio Veritas under Bishop Francis.
Bishop Francis. It's a protege of Bishop Francis,
Yes.
a byproduct of Francis.
I don't care what you do, what you are cannot hide. You may even try to please other people, but you are what you are.
And they say truth crush the ground will rise again. Let's go to the line, talk to our fresh caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Gilade.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling us from?
This is Wellington Supply, and I'm calling from Forward.
Go ahead, my friend and brother.
Let me firstly commend the studio guest with Tiawon Gongloe on national issue. And I believe every well-meaning Liberian that meant well for this country will need to support the establishment of the War and Economic Crime Court. For so long, we have allowed perpetrators to move in the corridors of our politics, and we have to raise them to the extent to do that they are coming and taking their actions, they're defending their actions to the extent they are not giving value to those people who die, to their relatives, those victims. They are not regarding them because they feel to themselves that they have the political power and they have the financial power. So I think it is about time that we support as the Gongloe and others who are in the front line of the establishment of this particular institution. Perpetrators will come and will not allow impunity to move in the corridor of our society again. Because if we allow this with that, tomorrow we are setting a page that order will come out tomorrow and lay by those perpetrators' actions and create another carnage for us in this country. So I think we must support them, and for us, we are 100% support of the establishment of war crime code and economic code of this country, so that we'll be able to retrieve those assets that were stolen by individuals. I'm not talking about the Serena people assets retrieving. I'm talking about the real one that will benefit the Liberian people, not to save the motherland.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777-777-107. You'll be live from 5050 on Sky 107. Our special studio guest, Tiawon Gongloe, is the president of the Liberian National Bar Association. We're discussing the Senate. The Honorable Liberian Senate has asked the President of the Republic of Liberia to apologize on behalf of warlords, perpetrators who mayhem, who maim our people, who kill our people, to apologize. You're asking George Manneh to be the Jesus who died for sinner man. Let's go back to the line. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Tim Max. My name is Emmanuel Boa. I'm calling you from Norway.
Good morning, Emmanuel. Go ahead. Good morning.
Yes, I first of all want to thank our studio guest, Cllr Gongloe, and for all the work he's been doing in Liberia, helping the poor. And we hear your name a lot, and so we will still want to say continue that good work. And I know the end results will always be positive, because our people need people like you who will say the truth and nothing but the truth, because it's only the truth that can set us free. But my surprise is that while the Liberian Senate turned around, the pages of the TRC report and asking the president to apologize when those who committed these crimes are still alive, right, to apologize to the Liberian people. So I think it's very funny and surprising that they will do what they are doing, but I think they are playing political games, to continue to delay the process of establishing this special court.
But boy,
crimes and war.
Boy, I want to pick your mind. I just want to get something out of you. These guys, they didn't take part in the war. Maybe we knew about one or two persons in the Liberian, one in the Liberian Senate, I think about one or two in the House of Representatives. Why are the rest of the people now cooperating with the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court?
Well, T-Max, you are saying that that they did not participate. Probably you don't know that some of them might have participated indirectly or directly, but they are covering themselves. You know, that's what we are saying. For example, people are alive in Liberia who know that these things did happen. And people in the Senate also know that this thing happened. And they know people who did this action. But they refuse to come forward. I don't know. You know, so I think there are a lot of people in the Liberian Senate and the House of Representatives that have some connections.
Thank you very much.
Economic, there are a lot of them that have committed economic crimes. So they are afraid because if you bring the war crime code, it's joined. And Councillor Gongloe said the right thing that the president has the right to request the United Nations to help Liberia to establish this code. And all of these things will be funded by the UN.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Boa. Thank you very much. Call me on that number. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Tima.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name, please?
This is Asad Diegi calling from Magribi.
Isa, go ahead.
Thank you so much. How are you this morning, Councillor? I salute you for coming to the studio to make some deliberation on the issue of the War and Economic Crimes Court. What is so certain that I know is that the War and Economic Crimes Court will come to Liberia, and I'm just too certain that it will be under this administration. Why do I say so? I say this because all of us yesterday, when they were in opposition, fought for the issue of justice. Now the time is right. So where is the excuse? We play these delay tactics, and I know we are in a law hall because T-Max, every good thing is expensive. So it has to be this way. So by the time justice comes, we will hold it so dearly. I thank you so much for coming to the studio. And I know that the war, and this is one thing that Liberians should be. I just feel surprised why the government is behaving this way. They could have been behind us far long ago. Under the administration of President George Weah, who for some reason people were thinking that would be the best guy to bring in this issue. Where's the debate right now? When he even told the United States government at the time that that was going to be his first priority. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. You sound like you're crying. Please wipe your tears. Let's go back to line 6. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The caller there we have. Good morning.
My name is Maja Goto. I joined a conversation from Doe community.
Go ahead, Bottom.
I just want to call on President George Weah that yesterday we protested around here that we wanted war crime code. And today he is in power. We are calling him to do the rebel thing, but yesterday everyone of us was fighting for to sign the war and economic crime code. Thank you for the time for me.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number. Let's go back to line 1. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Team Max.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Cllr in Dublin, and I'm calling you from Texas.
Keso, good morning.
Good morning, sir. And good morning, Councillor Gongloe.
Good morning.
Yeah, Team Max, with the issue of this war and economic crimes code, once, and I said Liberia, the problem of Liberia is that everything that comes to Liberia is always different. Things that are written on the books can affect other people and make impact in other countries, but when it comes to Liberian issue, it's always different. It's like writing an economic book where it says that the higher the price, the more the demand, the higher the price. When it comes to Liberia's issue, it's always the opposite. You know? And the lawmakers, where especially the senators calling themselves horse of elders, it is so shameful on them. I don't know whether we should call them horse of elders or horse of kids. Because discussing these issues, T-Max, I don't see a reason why people who are elected to represent people, you were elected to represent us. We are demanding that we want this. What we want, you don't want to give it to us. But instead, what you want is what you want to put into us. We elected you. If we take a survey right now in Liberia, let's leave outside of Liberia, because outside of Liberia is almost 100%. Take a survey right in Liberia, right there in Liberia, right now. You will notice that almost every Liberian wants in economic crime school. But because the lawmakers are benefiting from it, the reason why they are not discussing it.
But I mean, double. I don't see the benefit. What is the benefit? That's why I don't see, because if you look in that, if you look in that honorable house, the House of Elders, I can only see 1, 2 that I know of are perpetrators of the war. Why about the rest of the 73? What has become of them? The senators we have 30 senators. 30 senators we have. Only one that we know of. One. Is he the one dictating where the Senate should go as to the regarding the establishment of one economic crime code and sugar coating with the transitional justice system? Why? Anyway, he's gone. Now let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kimia.
Never Timax. Thanks for bringing a well-learned counselor in studio. And this is what we are getting paid from these senators who are not making laws, who are pushing $30,000 when people are dying every day. They want economic crime code. Why is that here? And President Weah was the UNICEF Group Peace Ambassador when he said that all perpetrators of the war will be called to book. Why must they circumvent the logic of the war economic crime code to say that transitional justice system? I think all the other how the previous caller said, many of us, like for me, my mother does not have a grave. I'm grieving today. If they even have a declaration day, I'm grieving that my mother does not have a grave. And they brought their acronym like freedom fighters, and they are in the executive, the judicial, and executive. President, we are the best option for the international community right now is the war economic crime. So I see more pressure coming from America. I think you should do due diligence because you have been an umbrella, a president of the UNICEF Group Peace Ambassadorial level. So there's a time that you deliver to the UN, and Liberia is a founding member of the UN. So human rights must just lay under the carpet. Somebody say UN must come here. I think right now is the best time.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Timag, and good morning, veteran. How you doing?
I'm all right, my brother.
Tima, it is so frustrating to hear the president send letter to the national legislature. It is frustrating because the president, all the president is to do, the president is to just write a communication to the UN Secretary General, and the war economic crime code will be established. But the one thing that J.K. Koba Ben say, that President Weah supported the war. That President Weah supported them when they were fighting for model. So it seems to be that some of these things are true. The reason why President Weah don't want to bring economic crime code because he himself is a criminal. The president is involved with a lot of corruption cases. So at the end result, they are afraid for them to bring economic crime code because justice will start with them first before they can go to other countries. So I am really frustrated as President Weah won to win the election in 2023. Then you bring the economic crime code, the war economic crime code, then that will give it away.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number. Let's go back to line 6. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Yeah, how are you, Tima?
I'm all right, my brother. Are you talking to the son and man who just there with me? So.
Tima, no. They were going to find a catching hand. But Tima, it's almost like when you come back, it's coming in the water height. Another man, another part, another sister, everything that's in the world. Tima, I will tell you for free. And I don't think Tima here to find me. Tima, what economic not here? Tima, I swear to my mind that Tima, anywhere the team about the President Weah. I will pay you for free when one partner is helping us. And what economic we think that we don't have trust to Timber, some of us will go where they get what 20 will be going like we I don't get man get part. Number one, thank you.
Oh, you bring what? Call me on that number on 0777 107. You'll be live on 5050 on Sky 107.
thank you for the show today, and I'm very happy that I brought a counselor on today to give me insight about the issue in Liberia. I feel that excuse me, it's imperative to understand that the Liberian Senate have violated the Constitution of Liberia, Article 2, Paragraph 2, in line with the Vienna Convention, Article 26, that talks about international law having full weight when it comes to convention that Liberia have gone into, that Liberia signed. And so in that instance, what they've done is that they have violated also international law, which they should not have done, and that is a crime. Now, war crimes, I have stated in most of my posts here, I've been having on Facebook that the Liberian legislature, the president do not have so prerogative over war crimes. They are beyond the border of Liberia. And so what they've done, it is wrong. Now, moving forward, the Weah government, it is on obligation to bring the War and Economic Crime Court. More besides, it is time that we Liberia understand that we need somebody who can enforce the due process of law. We don't want no joker coming over there again in 2023 to repeat the same errors that have been keeping us in perpetual poverty, right?
Let me correct you.
And so I'm very happy for the counselor to be on today.
Let me correct you. Let me correct you. You stay there. Let me correct you. Liberia has never had a joker president before since 1847. So I want to correct that. Anybody who goes to who occupies that Liberian presidency is not a joker and should not be considered a joker. Call me on that number on 07777 You be live on 5050 on Sky 107. Yes, I agree with you that you kept calling about always call the president a criminal, but there's no record of proof that the president is a criminal. Let's go back to line 7. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning. Tima, my name is Kaisha. I'm calling from Louisville, Kentucky.
From Kentucky. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay. First I want to say thank you for your show and my great thanks to our senators in lawyer in there, Councillor Gongloe, for his many work that he had done for Liberia. I just have a little question for him. When I listen to the show, people and the president had to go and the president had to come and kneel down so the Republic of Liberia also they say and apologize for all of the crime that were committed. So is the president will still be waiting every week, every month, go at the various prisons and kneel down to people and apologize to them and they free the people? And every time somebody commit a crime, we just call the president, come and kneel down to the president and apologize, keep doing.
For example, it's just funny that the president have to go every week or every month or every 6 months to go to the court and say, my brother, you that committed crime, I beg for them. That is presidential pardon, right? Isn't it?
Only after trial and conviction.
Only after trial and conviction. You can't do that.
No, not before.
Let's go back to the line. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. The caller is not ready. Can I take my last break? Or this asking the producer asking me to hold on. Can I go back to the line? Talk to our next caller now. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Councillor Jala.
Hey, PBJ. Good morning.
Yeah, I want to thank my young colleague, Councillor Gongloe, for a very good expose. On several occasions, I've told the public, we don't have senators. We have people who are not up to the task. And two, most of them, I think their background is because of the conduct. I told them, most of them are unreliable. They are being manipulated from the previous government to this one. And this government is actually conducting with them in a steam manner. Now, how can you have somebody who you selected? You say, go and do this. You go and do something different. That's somebody correct? And let me tell you something. I don't know how many of them over 70 years old. Okay, so which means I'm older than most of them. I've seen more than them.
I didn't grow up here. I left here when I was 12 years old. So I'm a Liberian, but I look at things differently. Okay? The first person I jailed when I was justice minister was my own brother. So if you have a relative that is a war crime criminal, why you can't prosecute the person? Look, Liberia is more important than everybody else. I'll give you an example. When Ellie won her first term, they had it in Dr. House. She had an executive meeting. He said, you know, we want this government and we're going to put educated people in position, people with experience. So I was the third person that put my hand up. And I said, my brother, we know you will not put anybody in government who is not educated. But you keep stressing on experience. You, the elected, what experience you got a president? And I'm telling you, she never spoke again at meeting until it was over. Dr. Cllr had to take over the meeting. And then there you meet Sam Barbecue, Sam Mitchell, Commercial Urine. Ask all of them, they'll tell you. They had a meeting before meeting the press Ellen, Madam Ellen Selling. I wasn't there. But when I spoke, after the program, they told me, my man, you did well. Your statement solved all what I want to say. The problem here, people cannot speak truth to power. I was charged to the first justice minister. Okay? After 5 months, when they killed Doki and family, I did my investigation. I resigned. Although my life was in jeopardy a couple of times, they got a shot at me. But it didn't move me. I didn't leave Liberia. Now, if people can't speak to the power, this country not going anywhere. And if that money pays the most people behind money that poor people. Check the background. Check the background. They never start or dining table with their parents to eat. So anything come their way, they will grab for themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's take our last break. And when we come back, we go straight to Studio A to Julius Buki to give us comments from our social media users.
Bring my umbrella so I can rush to the bank before the line gets long.
So the bank? Under this ring? Let me laugh at you small, yeah? Yeah. Big girls like me do banking from anywhere. All I need is a nice cup of coffee and a chair. It's time to start transferring some cash around.
Oh, you can transfer money from your bank account to your phone?
Simple. My account is connected to my wallet. Standing in line at banks is the least of my worry these days.
Orange Money Bank to Wallet is now with EcoBank. Transfer your money from the bank to your Orange Money wallet and vice versa. Register today with Orange Money Bank to Wallet and worry no more about standing in long queues at the bank. Now you can do your bank transfers from anywhere using your phone. Just dial *144# and follow instructions.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Hey man, give me the answer now. What's the last president of Liberia Football Association?
Oh my brother, why you saying I'm gonna give me that for? You asking me play that question?
Dear, I'm a new level, yeah. The more you know, Orange, is the more you win.
Get more for what you know with Orange. Test your knowledge by texting Banjo, BANJOO, to 6161 for trivia questions about Liberia and football. With each right answer, you stand a chance to win daily $50 cash. Weekly, you can win technophones, and monthly, you can win an array of appliances or a car. No network does it quite like Orange.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Papa, I doesn't like enough on the president when I saw.
You complain, my biggie, you not hear the news?
Why news again?
Get your Orange Home Internet bundle for only $39. That's 75 gigabytes of data for 30 whole days for only $39. Just dial *833# to activate your Orange Home Internet bundle.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Hello, your number one 100% Liberian-owned professional garage and auto parts dealer, Uptown Garage, is still around and going stronger and getting better. Yes, Uptown Garage at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets, after 20 years in the business, has a new spare parts store known as Uptown Spare Parts on Broad Street side. You don't have to order spare parts from overseas. You can purchase brand new spare parts for your car from us. No more used parts. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to us. Uptown Garage has a branch at Rehab that you can also count on. We have a diagnoser that can find and we fix any problem on your car. With our sophisticated equipment, we give 1 month warranty. We provide a tow truck free of charge if it's our garage that will work on your car, or we can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Uptown Garage has been around for 20 years now, providing reliable, efficient, and professional services and durable auto parts for your car. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 55 3317, 0886 55 3317, or at our rehab branch on 0770 90 2865. Our email address is uptowngarage2014@gmail.com. Uptown Garage, always the best. Forget the rest.
Hey man, give me the answer now. What's the now president of Liberian Football Association?
Oh my brother, why you saying how much give me that for? You asking me play that question?
But yeah, I'm a new level, yeah. The more you know, Orange, is the more you win.
Get more for what you know with Orange. Test your knowledge by texting Banjo, BANJOO, to 6161 for trivia questions about Liberia and football. With each right answer, you stand a chance to win daily 50 USD cash. Weekly, you can win technophones, and monthly, you can win an array of appliances or a car. No network does it quite like Orange.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Bring my umbrella so I can rush to the bank before the line gets long.
So the bank under this ring. Let me laugh at you small, yeah. Yeah. Big girls like me do banking from anywhere. All I need is a nice cup of coffee and a chair. It's time to start transferring some cash around.
Oh, you can transfer money from your bank account to your phone?
Simple. My account is connected to my wallet. Standing in line at banks is the least of my worry these days.
Orange Money Bank to Wallet is now with EcoBank. Transfer your money from the bank to your Orange Money wallet and vice versa. Register today with Orange Money Bank to Wallet and worry no more about standing in long queues at the bank. Now you can do your bank transfers from anywhere using your phone. Just dial *144# and follow instructions.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Thank you very much. Back in 50-50 on Sky 107 is over to Julius in Studio A to give us comments from our social media users. And let me warn you, the comments you're about to hear are the comments from our social media users, not necessarily comments from Sky Communication. It's over to you, Julius.
Okay, thank you, T-Max. We'll start first with the man Wellington V. Sombai. He says, the Liberian Senate action is tantamount to the survival of war victims. I believe that promotion of perpetrators in such manner will create more future carnage, and those warlords will be seen in corridor of our political landscape with impunity. We must galvanize every necessary force of like minds to support the establishment of War Economic Crimes Code in Liberia. Anything beyond this should be rejected vehemently by all peace-loving Liberians. Tito Joa said, what the Senate is doing is mostly influenced by Senator Prince Johnson. No matter what they do under the cover of darkness, the God of justice will answer our prayers. War Economic Crimes Code will surely come to Liberia. Martin Wilma Brown says, good morning, T-Max. The Senate is just window dressing the entire TRC report. They are not serious to implement the recommendations. I thought it is the president that should be reporting to the legislature. Instead, it is the other way around. Let's come to Otello W. James. He said, another day to make us understand how inept our lawmakers are. No wonder why our beloved country lacks progress. Hassan Bedete said, these guys called lawmakers are all criminals and confused. they do not love their people. Marian Roberts says, people lost their family members, and they're talking about your president must say sorry. You people not ready yet. Jedu Wahambo said, Tiawon Gongloe is the man that can give us the Liberian, that's Liberia. We won by the unconditional enforcement of justice and the rule of law, the World Economic Crimes Code. He came in the game at the right time. I accept and appreciate his there's a noble man. Vali Tarawale said, justice for one, justice for all. We need justice for all Liberians. Benson, God beloved son Mason said, War Economic Crimes Court will not be established in Liberia under this government with this group of legislators. The Senate lacks the spine and has no moral rectitude to do same. Christopher Togbasi said, War Economic Crimes Court will you bring international judges and lawyers for fairness sake? Bill Carson said, George Weah is afraid of the World Economic Crimes Code because Yeke Koluba promised to call his name. And that's all from my end. Timas, back to you.
Thank you very much. Back on 50/50 on Sky 107. Thank you, Julius, for the comments from our social media. You said, thank you, my friend, my brother, my lawyer, Tiawon Gongloe, for accepting our invitation. They just, yeah.
We'll always be your lawyer. I mean, nobody asked question. It's just, tears came in my eyes with that young man saying, I have no man, no power. And now he
says something that is
considering
shocking.
The rest of us to be co-conspirator for the death of his parents. Because you say he will go and bring war in the country, which means he will do the same thing. Letting people who committed crimes to go not only free, but to be the one determining the future of this country encourages the young generation to do that so that they can be somebody too. So we need to change that and bring those people under the ambit of justice. On the day that Cllr was sent to the special court and I was representing the government at the airport, when I spoke to the world, yes, when I spoke to the world, I said, today is the beginning of the end of impunity. Because the man who was perceived to be on top of the law is now under the ambit of the law. I strongly believe everyone who committed atrocities in this country will be under the rule of law. It's just a matter of time. So whatever the Senate is doing is not going to go anywhere. They're probably working for whatever short-term benefit, but I can tell them that they should not overlook the power of the silent majority. Some of us are powerful. Let me say that when Cllr sent me, when as a result of Cllr, I went into exile, we were working the ropes. We were talking to people on Capitol Hill. I was writing articles in the Chicago Tribune, in the Wall Street Journal, syndicated articles that were all over the world, and we were garnering support at the United Nations. We have soft power. We are sitting here. We may not have that power, but I promise them that those in the Senate may not be surprised if we get international sanctions for obstructing international justice. That is what I would say.
Thank you very much, my friend and brother. On that note, we come to the end of this edition of 50/50. My name is T-Max. Tomorrow morning, I'll be here again to discuss on, tomorrow is Friday, so I wouldn't be here. But I'll leave you in the capable hands of Julius Buki tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Who is the man that would risk his neck for his brother?